All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your May of 2015 horoscope. My name is Athen. Let's go and look at your chart this month. We've got, on the 3rd, we've got the full moon in your 11th house, which is a culmination of a lot of the fun, enjoyment, anything relating to children or playfulness or creativity, which has been the new moon energy 2 weeks ago. So it's a culmination of that. Overall, it's self-expression, so I think those things should be going quite well at this point, and it's an ability to see it. And whenever we have a full moon in the 11th, essentially this is where our own passion becomes other-oriented, where we're so full, in terms of our own inner sense of self that we naturally want to give and contribute, and that's what the 11th house is all about. Giving, contributing, friends, network circles, getting involved, things larger than self, your visions. So whatever that is, I think it can be a fantastic time for all these things at the beginning of the month, a few days before and after this full moon. And also a culmination of the past 6 months relating to anything to that 11th house that maybe you started a group related thing or something like that 6 months ago. This can be a high point, a culmination point of that. But balance, I think naturally with all of this energy still, with this whole lunar cycle in your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, playfulness, all of that is still very much in play for the next 2 weeks for you while we finish up this lunar cycle of your 5th house. But a high point here around the 3rd. Now, there's a few important aspects, or transits rather, I want to show you this month. One is on the 6th. We've got Venus going into your 7th house. Okay, so whatever new beginnings are, if it's romantic or whatever it was, creative, 5th house, this is all relating back to that. With Venus in the 7th, there's an enjoyment to be had now all month from the 6th onward with relationships. Venus loves to be in the 7th. This is her own house. She likes to share. She likes to connect. She likes to have the simple pleasures and enjoyments with others. So that is essentially the highlight for you in terms of your enjoyment. So really get amongst those one-on-one connections, your relationships this month. And I think you'll find that very, very enjoyable with Venus here. And Venus loves to be in Gemini too. This is about sharing ideas, just communicating one-on-one with others. Very, very easy, very light energy here. But the emphasis this month is definitely on your 6th house, which we're going to get to, because one by one, these planets are going into your 6th. We've had Mercury here last month, and so I think you're already thinking a lot about the health, the diet, the self-improvement, the growth, anything that is about either helping yourself or helping others improve or grow is what the 6th house is all about. So with Mercury there, I think you've already been thinking about these things, maybe with the health or whatever, but on the 10th, Mars goes in here. So Mars in the 10th, it really riles things up and really gets you active and moving with the regiments, with the routine to make sure everything is organized and taken care of. And that's exactly what you want to be doing with this kind of transit. You want to be really putting in a lot of energy into the the day-to-day stuff, whatever that is for you individually. It's also crafts too, for those of you who've been developing crafts from this creative energy that you've had. The 6th house is taking all that new stuff, that stuff we created from our passion, which is like the ideas, the inspiration, the creativity, and then actually grounds it and makes it something real. And in Taurus, it's very much the case for you, Sagittarian. So grounding any crafts, grounding anything you've been involved with since that new moon towards the middle part of last month, and develop it, ground it, make it long-term, improve it, keep it going. All that stuff is what's in flow for you. Take care of the health, all that. And like I said, you're going to notice some sort of incrementally going into that 6th house. Mercury was already there, Mars is there. And then on the 17th, we've got the new moon happening very close to your 5th and your 6th house cusp. Very close. Technically, it depends on how you cast the chart, okay? But technically in your 5th, maybe 6th, depending on how you cast it, but both in either case. So sometimes we do have 2 new moons or full moons in the same house. And so you are, in a sense, having that twice, which is very nice. 5th house, fun, joy. So new beginnings there, and it's maybe relating to a lot of the stuff you've already been working on, but it's probably in a completely new and different way. So I don't know what that is, but the point is that around that time, reflect in terms of where you want to go in the next lunar cycle in regards to the 5th house, where you want to go in regards to this for the next 6 months, which is what the solar cycle is about. In 6 months, you'll have a full moon here in the 5th. Okay, so again, all the stuff relating to your self-expression. Now, because it's happening so close to the cusp, it's also involving your 6th house, which is, again, the health, the diet, the routine, self-improvement. So it's probably a little mixture of both, you know. That's usually what happens when there's a placement in the middle of 2 signs like this, or 2 houses, is see how you can gain passion when everything is taken care of, when you're in good health, how that gives you that life force energy, and vice versa, how you can take, again, this life force energy and constructively use it. So reflect on it. It's not a time of up and go. It's a time of reflection. And then as the lunar cycle builds momentum, especially around the first quarter phase, which will be, around, I'm getting a sense of around the 20th, things will definitely start to illuminate. And the reason why I say that date in particular, because we're in the crescent phase. This is where we want to start taking action. But the sun goes into your 6th house here on the 20th. So the sun in the 6th, again, illuminates and makes that part of our chart very aware, okay? So here you want to be very aware of your self-improvement, your health, things you can do to, grow. Growing is what the 6th house is all about. So there can be fun, there can be passion, and everything relating to that. A few other aspects now I want to show you is on the 27th, we've got Mercury conjuncting up to Mars here in that 6th house of yours. So the last time this happened, Mercury was direct, and this was in your 5th house. So I think last month is when it happened. You guys learned a lot about your self-expression, what motivates you, about your passion, your joy in life, things like this. And so now it's relating to the 6th. Now it's relating to the self-improvement, the health, the diet, all that stuff. So I think, with this opportunity here, you can get a lot done in that department, and you can learn a lot. Because one thing actually I didn't mention is on the, kind of went ahead of myself here, on the 18th is you've got Mercury in your 6th house going retrograde. Okay, Mercury is going retrograde this month. All right, so right around this time when we have this new moon, okay, and right before the sun goes into the 6th, so around the 18th, 19th, 20th, it's an important time. We have the new moon, then Mercury goes retrograde, okay? And retrograde Mercury in the 6th house is about having to redo something, having to rework something relating to your health or your diet or your self-improvement. So this is exactly what you want to do during a Mercury retrograde. Mercury is all about the 8th house. It's all about improvement, but it's through experience. You got to apply it. You got to try that new health regimen. You got to try this new craft. You got to try this new book or whatever it is you're learning about, whatever. Just things relating to the 6th. You want to take action. That's what the Mercury retrograde is about. It's not about avoiding things, it's not about not doing things and avoiding it. You want to really get involved with the 6th and treat it as a learning experience. Treat the 6th as a learning experience, and then what you learned this month and in the first part of June, you'll be able to take with you into June, because there's a lot to be learned here regarding these things. Very important things. Always is the case with the Mercury retrograde. So yeah, the Mercury retrograde, then the sun goes into the 6th. So like I was saying, there's a few other transits I want to show you. So after this sort of 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th time period with all this transition into your 6th, then on the 27th, we've got Mercury going over that Mars. Okay, conjunction. Last time this happened was in your 5th. So I think you learned a lot about what motivates you about your passion. Now you're learning a lot about what motivates you about taking care of things, making sure everything's organized, right? And that you're in good health, you're improved, you're helping others improve. All of this stuff, if by doing that, you'll learn. And I think what you'll be learning around the 27th is what really gives you a passion, what really motivates you and drives you to do those things. Then on the 30th, Mercury conjuncts up to the sun, but in front of the sun because he's retrograde. So again, more understanding about the passion, the zest, the the prana that you get when you're in good health. Because when we're in good health, we're taking care of ourselves, and this is health both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And, physically is in a sense of making sure that everything is clean and organized around you and you have enough time to enjoy yourself, things like this, then we feel alive. Then we have time and we can enjoy things. And that's what the sun's all about. Enjoying the time that you have, enjoying the good health, things like this. So I think that will be a learning piece of the puzzle, because it's all this kind of learning with the Mercury retrograde. So 18th, 19th, and then on the 30th, it's kind of like a good final awareness of the 6th house for this month. So Sagittarius, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check the website down below. Do check out the weeklies, because this is very general for the month. In the weeklies, I get more specific with the actual aspects. And if you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch, because this is just, again, very general. For personal readings, I look at your birth chart and how these transits are affecting your personal planet. So have a good time. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.